What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Wards Report. Let's get right into it. What a disappointing loss. Seriously, that was just a downright disgrace what the refs did to the Raptors. I mean, Damian Lee flopping like that, throwing his legs out. Are you kidding me? That's not a foul? I mean, come on. That was honestly just such a disgrace and just such a letdown, especially the way the Raptors came back. But let's talk about the end play. I mean, so Curry gets the ball. He passes it off to Damian Lee, and then Fred VanVleet and Kyle Lowry are right there, and he flops, literally jumps up, no intent of shooting, just throws his legs up and arms up in the air and just throws the ball, and that's apparently a foul. They reviewed it, so Nurse challenges it, and I did not see any foul there. I don't know how the hell you call that a foul. That was a horrible flop, just downright flop. And they reviewed it, and they ended up saying it wasn't a shooting foul, but a foul on the court. But they were in the bonus, so they got to shoot 2 free throws. Unfortunately, he made both of them. And then Pascal got a chance to. Pascal got the ball the next play, 5 seconds left or so. He dribbles and then he posts up and then he spins and does a jump shot. It wasn't the greatest of shot selections. I thought he should have drove it, but you could understand in those plays, the Warriors are just gonna crowd the paint, so it's better to get a shot off than dribble and expect a foul or get fouled and not get called, because you know how bad the refs have been towards the Raptors this year. But man, that was just horrible, just downright disgrace, and just such a disappointing way to end the night, especially on a Sunday. Man, you want to end the week off great, and that happens. That was just downright horrible. That's such a disgrace, especially the way the Raptors came back. So we were down at 15 points at one time. We could not generate any sort of offense, but we'll get more into it play by play. But let's talk about Pascal Siakam first. I thought he had a solid game, 25 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. He's looked a lot like himself the last 4 games or so now, 3-4 games I think. But he just lets the game come to him. He's not forcing his shot. He plays more in the paint, which is nice to see. And he had a good game. He had a chance to win. Unfortunately, it rimmed out. It was so close. He takes a kind of a almost a fadeaway, and then it would look like it was going and just bounced out. But unfortunately, but man, that was horrible. But I thought Pascal had a good game overall. But let's talk about the next player here, Kyle Lowry. I really want to talk about him because he looked really out of it the first half of the game. And I was talking to friends. I even said maybe the Raptors are playing better without him, but I was really, really wrong because first half he just seemed really out of it. We don't know what he's dealing with personally, but he just physically, mentally, he looked like he wasn't in the game. He had 0 points, I think, at the half. Third quarter, he was okay. I think it was towards the end of the third quarter, early fourth quarter. He comes out and he starts scoring. He hits that 3-pointer. He drives, gets an and one. He started really going off towards the end of the game, and it was nice to see. He actually ended up with a very good. He ended up getting a lot of points. He made some shots. He got us back in the game when we were down 15. He was a huge part of that, but he had a good game. He looked really out of it, though. I don't know what Kyle Lowry may be dealing with personally, but man, it was nice to see him kind of just get back. But we literally were not. We were having such a difficult time generating offense, especially in the first half, and especially when Kyle Lowry was on the floor. But I mean, he brought us back in the game. He made some shots. He drove through the rim, and I mean, he got you 6 assists, 9 rebounds, 17 points, which is pretty good. So he brought us back in the game. So let's talk about this guy. He's a beast. Chris Boucher, 6 blocks. Unfortunately, he got fouled out, though. He had those some of those fouls. Obviously, the refs have just been downright disgraced, man, towards the Raptors this year. Just silly fouls they keep calling. And unfortunately, he fouled out with like a minute or two left in the fourth quarter. And he was doing really well, though. He played so well, just like last game. He was bringing a lot of energy, getting rebounds, getting points, and he got 6 blocks. I mean, he had that one block on Curry where Curry got past everyone, and he comes out of nowhere and he just blocks it. And he's gonna be a beast this year in blocks. At least he's gonna be leading the league in blocks, I think. He had a hell of a game. Unfortunately, he ended up fouling out, but man, I wish we could have had him. He was huge for us tonight. He came up really big, though. Norman Powell, man, he was disappointing. So the Raptors started Kyle Lowry, Fred VanVleet, Norman Powell at the small forward, OG at the power forward, and Pascal at the center. But man, that was disappointing. Norman Powell had some bonehead plays. I can't remember. I think it was the third quarter. He comes off his screen. Curry's down on the ground. You should be driving past a player when he's down on the ground. Instead, what Norman decides to do is does a little spin move, almost like a street ball, and he runs right into Curry, gets a foul called on him, and the ball gets turned over. He didn't shoot well. He didn't have a good game at all. I don't think he's very comfortable in that small forward position. Um, but man, that was just one of the dumbest plays I've ever seen. You see a guy down, you see your man down, instead of driving to the basket and seeing other guys open to maybe kick out a shot or kick out the ball towards the 3-point line for a guy who's wide open. Instead, he holds the ball, decides to do a spin move, runs right into Curry, and man, that was a dumb play. Norman did not have a good game at all, but that's unfortunately sometimes Norman, except for last season, he's very inconsistent. So Terrence Davis didn't see a lot of minutes. He played, I think, 22 minutes last game. Unfortunately, he didn't really. He got the ball, but it was kind of last second. He got that one shot, I think, in the fourth quarter where he had the ball and they gave it to him like with a second left on the clock. He tried to shoot it, but he got it blocked. But I don't think he got the ball enough. I don't think he got the minutes. He was playing with him, Malachi, and Fred VanVleet are all playing at the same time. I thought they should have gone more to Pascal because Pascal is more post-up game, and he could have given Malachi and Terrence Davis more open looks at the three when he got doubled. But that was Nurse's decision. But yeah, Davis didn't have a good game overall either, though. But Fred VanVleet did. Fred VanVleet, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Seems like he's been the most consistent player for the Raptors this whole season. He played really well. He had that one shot, I think, is close to a minute left in the fourth quarter, and he was looking for a foul. He's driving down from the 3-point line, and he kind of bumps and he takes a jump shot. He gets it in. He was looking for the foul. Unfortunately, he didn't get it. He had a solid game. He's just been consistent with threes. He didn't shoot as well as last game, but we all know he plays a lot better when he's the main point guard. So again, we'll have to see what the future holds. But he was shooting guard, and he had a good game overall. He obviously didn't shoot the ball as well as we'd like him to, but overall he did good. He was just shutting Curry down. Let's talk about that, actually. No one gives him credit for that, but he shut Curry down again. Curry had he made 2 shots today, and it's horrible that we held Curry to 2 makes from the field, and we still lose the game. It was such a disappointment, but I thought Fred VanVleet did a good job. I thought the whole team did a really good job at doubling him, preventing him from getting to the paint or the 3-point line, but or making threes. But I thought Fred did a superb job on Curry, as always. We've seen the finals. So Yuta Watanabe brought a lot of energy. He only played 8 minutes, didn't play very much. He was good. He's a little bit of an energizer bunny, but he had that one really bad foul where Curry drives. Well, doesn't drive, but he goes to the 3-point line, pump fakes it, and then for some reason Utah decides to jump right into him, and it gives Curry 3 free throws. He fouled him. Again, he didn't really see a lot of minutes. I think he took a couple shots. He didn't score much, but man, he could have done better, but he didn't really get a lot of minutes. He does make some mistakes here and there, little mistakes like that, but he's still learning the Raptor system. I still like him. Gives us good size. I don't think this was the game for him, but we'll probably see him a lot more next game. But I thought he definitely could have been better. But again, with limited minutes, there's only so much you could do. So Malachi Flynn struggled though. 12 minutes, 0 points, 0 from 3 from the field. Kyle Lowry tried to get him a nice open look. He shot that 3 and missed it. He looked a little bit more nervous. I think he needs to play more minutes to get kind of just his feet under and just become comfortable with the Raptors. And I think maybe it could be, he's still feeling nervous out there, especially playing with Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry's an all-star, so he demands a lot out of his teammates. So maybe he seems a little nervous, with Kyle Lowry. I could be wrong. He didn't play. He only played 12 minutes. He played a lot more last game, but he didn't look as good. But I mean, it is what it is. Unfortunately, we took the L today, and it was not a good offensively. It was not a good game for us at all. We could have played a lot better, but man, the refs just absolutely blew that one. I'm still really pissed off about that, but it is what it is. I mean, they've been screwing us the whole season, man, with some silly calls, but that was one of the worst calls ever. That's it, guys, for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and let's hope we can get that win tomorrow against the Blazers.